like we have another irregular warfare op. Here I'm on World Grey News. This is not CNN, claiming that this individual, Bernie Gores, recently died in Ukraine when he died in the previous war. At the very bottom you see this disclaimer, main article is fake. So I'm gonna go ahead and post that to these accounts here, like this poor guy. I was fooled as well, so it's not. CNN Ukraine is basically putting out literal propaganda, which is interesting. This is probably an operation. Here's another account in an operation. Bernie Gores, seen below, American foreign fighter in a Donbass battalion, the DPR, ex-fighter, independent Sparta battalion, amassed a force of 500-600 men under his command in Donetsk against Ukrainian forces. His motives are unclear. So pretty well written, despite its lack of appeal there. Here's another account in the irregular warfare. Bernie Gores shot down in Kyiv area following missile strikes. More updates to follow shortly. Completely fake. And here's another account in the operation. Someone stop this man. Separatists using 4chan have said he has arrived outside Chernihiv right now and has amassed an army of separatists. Plan an all-out assault in Kyiv. Bernie Gores, pictured below, is an American supporter using social media to promote his propaganda. And very interesting, this is on the 21st when the guy was presumably still alive, but he had already died years ago. And this is in response to this person. Breaking, the CIA has released a photo of the pro-Russian separatist commander who plans to march on Kyiv by Wednesday. Okay, so here's the original article, August 16, 2021. CNN journalist Bernie Gores executed by Kabul by Taliban in the UN. So my question is, was Bernie Gores even alive at this time? Is it a real person? Reuters says that this journalist who was killed in Kabul is fabricated. Social media users are sharing screenshots of fabricated CNN and BBC News tweets saying a CNN journalist named Bernie Gores has been captured and executed by the Taliban in Kabul, Afghanistan. So then we have CNN Afghanistan making this claim here. But I guess this is not really CNN, it's like a pseudo CNN account. So I guess in analyzing motivations, you have this person, American dead in Ukraine. So maybe the motivation is to anger Americans to support the war effort. There are many hands that will become wealthy in the event of a world war, and there is continued criminal activity whose prosecution would be deferred in the event of another major distraction. Here are the conservative hippie quote tweets to one guy 55 who shows this page of inciting propagandistic repeat posts. I speak for all Americans, Ukrainians when I say we need a World War III. Kids these days are too soft and always whine on the smallest things. They need to be given opportunity to man up. If the US doesn't invade Russia, then I'm no longer an American. And it's the same post, it's repeated by either bots or individuals paid to repeat the post. Remember I did a segment in this video, what's next in queue for the US, all military evidence of a white hat operation to save America.
Sean Hunt Kuster has written this, Unwriting the Future, Decoding the Next Strategic Shock. Decoding. Q is all about decoding. Hunting for the clues. Kuster, White Rabbit, Red Pill. What is this about? What is this U.S. Army College document about? He wrote it. It says the class of 2018, so it's recently written. It turns out it's all about asymmetrical warfare, fourth generational warfare, and describing the difference between a strategic shock, a black swan, and a surprise, and also explaining a little bit about how we are being attacked. And I kind of mean, he's talking about the United States, but for me it feels like all right-leaning, non-communist, non-socialist people. We're being attacked in ways that baffle us, that defy a sort of straightforward defense.
Right. That was the amazing Polly. She was taken off YouTube. Her main account is on BitChute. So we're just in this scenario where all these underhanded tactics are occurring and people are positioning themselves to get maximum advantage of the situation. This is a pretty good thread. A lot of people ask me why I posted about ignoring the Ukrainian-Russian war. I don't know war, but I do know media, and everything about how the war is being covered is sending up major red flags to me. Two quick examples. Hero stories pop up immediately that end up not being true. The 13 guards telling Russia naval ship to F off, turns out they surrendered. The ghost of Kiev doesn't seem to be true. The sunflower seed story, etc. Most telling media runs them uncritically. 2. The biggest weird thing to me, no one stopped buying oil and gas from Russia. Germany said they'll keep buying. US State Department went so far as to say explicitly that sanctions are not designed to stop the flow of gas. What? Those exports are 30% of the Russian economy. I have no doubt that real Ukrainian civilians are dying and suffering on the ground, and that sucks. But do these actions seem like actions of warring states? No. In the American media, it seems like a spectacle put on to either distract or manufacture consent. I'm not going to fall for it. The primary power media and its masters have over us is our attention. I choose not to give it to them. Yes, trolls aside from writing this, LOL. Today, I'm feeding my cows, going to BJJ, and being with my family. For the same conclusion from the actual military combat vet, see this thread. And so this individual, Clay Martin, Dr. Jihad, comes to similar conclusions. And for those who want proof the Snake Island soldiers surrendered, the UK Ministry of Defense seems to even admit it. And this person notes, before, Ukrainian government released video audio and claimed Snake Island defenders fought to the death. Russia claimed they surrendered, released video. Now, Ukrainian Ministry of Defense acknowledges they surrendered, minor in terms of war, but has an impact on morale. A screen cap is clipped up, and a key paragraph here is, according to available information at the time, the infrastructure was destroyed and the island captured. Prior to that, the enemy repeatedly tried in vain to intimidate Ukrainian defenders with demands to surrender. They received only one correct answer: no one will surrender. When former CIA dudes tell you things are weird, man, it is weird. And this person, Max Morton, states, agree, something's off. Maybe our expectations were different than Russia's plans. Regardless, I am troubled by the lack of actual war reporting from the field, combined with the mountain of false reports, years-old pics, vids, and unsupported claims from anonymous government officials. Someone posts this story. What are the chances that the same woman from a bombing in 2018 ends up being the exact same way in 2022? And so there's a headline with a woman tattered and battered on Friday's edition of The Sun, presumably a Ukraine citizen. Her blood on his hands. Post another screen cap there. And then this individual, Maria, has some skepticism because there's a photo of this lady, a woman from 2018 who survives a gas explosion. Looked at this picture, so you know the hair is a bit more blonde. Same type of face. It's the exact same type of face. This hair is a bit more white. I think the wrinkles, or age lines are deeper. You know, they're present there. And note the shape of the cheekbone, shape of the nose, the look in the eyes. A lot of similarities for sure. This person named Miss Hatton posts a picture of a soldier heading somebody gently. Ukrainian soldiers leaving their loved ones to fight for their country. Absolutely heartbreaking. And apparently it's a scene from the movie The War of Chimera. We have this photo of the president of Ukraine, who we know has acting chops, Zelensky donning military gear, and some are captioning that he's now on the front line with his people, dated February 25th, 2022. In a fact check, it turns out that there's actually an image that was possibly taken December 6, 2021, as Getty Images had the image at that time. I guess a main takeaway here is when mass attention is diverted in a specific direction, other magic is happening behind the scenes. There are significant discoveries being made behind the scenes concerning the origins of you-know-what, but it seems in all likelihood this information is going to drift in the background as the media and our politicians get us to focus on the consequences of war, which includes sky-high gas prices, and who's going to take in all of the Ukrainian refugees. I have no clear solution to this problem. In one perspective, you may say it's best to be hands-off, take care of your own, enjoy life. There's only so much you can do as one person to stop widespread deception. Then again, on the other hand, you have the AJ interpretation of the need for a information ground game, where it's every marginal share with an additional family member, an additional friend, pushing the Overton window of expectation as far as what should be allowed in a modern industrialized society. This tact can be stressful and not seemingly rewarding, given the degree of stubbornness and the ease at which people develop new false beliefs that support their initial assumptions. I can definitely see the merits of both perspectives. I believe balance between both perspectives is likely the most sustainable in the long term. I digress. I have quite a bit more to cover. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Peace.